Hello guys, I'm back. I know it's been a really long time since I've recorded any videos on this channel, but I want to go back to weekly uploads, but just reviews of things like lists of reviews or just singular reviews. Only singular reviews will be coming out for like movies that I go to see, but I'm going to start a monthly series here where I go through every book that I read that month. And in the first month of January 2019, I've read 2 books. Here's the first one. Actually, this is the second book I read, but I'm going to go from them from my least favourite to my favourite. And I read A Journey's End by R.C. Sherriff. This is a play. It was a school-mandated book to read, and it was really interesting. I never thought of myself as somebody who would read war fiction, because that's what this is. This is a fictitious story about World War II, no, One, because it's in the trenches, World War One. It was really interesting because I think the reason we're reading this one was because there's this. Recently, it's been 100 years since World War One passed, and the school wanted to remind us of it. And it was really interesting to read this book. I really enjoyed it. Of course, I only read 2 books. They were both really good. I would definitely recommend them both. This one is a bit confusing to read, of course, because it's a play. It doesn't have, like, the flow of a book because you need to concentrate on which character is talking for it to make any sense, which can be difficult, and that's probably the biggest downside of this book. Of course, being a war book that's meant to be preaching how terrible war is, it's a pretty sad book, but it has some really happy moments in it. But of course, it has some very sad moments in it. I might see the play. Don't really have any plans of seeing it, but I might see it in the future. I really enjoyed reading this. There's one scene in it, about halfway through, which made me cry. Not cry like The Knife of Never Letting Go did on that scene. If anyone's ever read that book, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I was really sad, but I was also really shocked and happy. I don't know how to describe how this book made me feel, but it's the book that really taught me that war is a terrible thing, and it taught me about all the terrible things that it does to men, because this doesn't focus on the war as a whole big thing. The book focuses on one small group of people in trenches that are struggling to survive. Well, not survive, it's all officers, but they're struggling to keep their humanity. Each one of them is struggling with a different problem in life, and they try to lean on each other to help, but then when something goes wrong, they all start panicking. And it's a really, really interesting book. I don't want to go on about it for ages because I have another book to review, and this video isn't going to be too long. There's only 2 books. I'm halfway through another book right now. But yeah, I would give this book, I want to try to get this on a Sean Chandler kind of area, because he's the one who inspired me to start making these videos again. I will try to do 1 video a week now. On quality, I would probably give it a 10, because it was a really high. Actually, I'd give it an 8. 8 on quality, because it was just being a play makes it a lot harder to read than an actual book would be, but it also makes it a lot more powerful, because all the exposition and everything doesn't come from just the author writing it down, it comes from the actual play. But on enjoyment, I'd probably give it a C, because I didn't really enjoy it as much as I was terrified of it, if that makes any sense. But let's move on from that and go on to the second one, which is The Hatchet by Gary Paulsen. Funny story about The Hatchet, I spent a very, very long time not reading it. I got it 5 years ago, so I was 9, about the age of the main character. And my dad said, oh, read it, and I tried reading it. And the beginning is pretty boring, the first 50 to 70 pages are pretty boring. But after that, it gets so exciting. And I was so happy when I, forced myself through the beginning, and then I could not put it down. I finished this book really quickly once I got through the first bit. It's really interesting, really exciting, and definitely my favourite book that I've read this month. Basically, the plot, I won't spoil anything, but this boy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, is flying to his to his dad's house, because his parents have split up. But the pilot has a heart attack mid-flight, and he crashes in the middle of the American forest. I don't exactly know where it is. And he has to try to survive on his own. The only thing he has is the things in his pocket and a small hatchet that his mum got him. It's really, really exciting, very shocking at some points, especially how far it's willing to go on describing how horrible it would be starting it. It starts to get very interesting at one scene very near after the book starts getting going. After the crash, he's on the lake and something really horrible happens to him, and they describe it for like 3 pages. It's pretty painful to read, but it's also really exciting. It makes you care about this, and also teaches you like about the amazingness of wildlife. I would give this probably a B on enjoyment, and I would give it a 8 on being well written, because I don't think it was the best written book in the world, but it was definitely a very enjoyable one. And these are the only 2 books that I've read in 2019. I know it's not too many, and they're both pretty short. There might be months where I don't even finish a book, because, to be honest, I'm a pretty slow reader. I try to read every day, but I usually mess up. Right now, I'm reading a book called Refugee Boy, which, if it keeps going at the rate it's going, could probably beat out both of these. It is really good. But I've been really enjoying it. I have a very long series of books that I'm probably going to be reading too soon. I don't know what I'm going to be doing at the end of February, because, yeah. Also, I haven't done any movie reviews this year. So, what I want to do for those is I plan to either go to a movie today or next week, because there are 2 movies out right now that I really want to see, and I think another 2 are coming out this month. Alita Battle Angel, I kind of wanted to see, but it didn't look too good until I saw the trailer, because I kind of brushed it off because it looked like somebody tried to make an anime with the eyes, but it looks really, really good, actually. The other one is How to Train Your Dragon: Forgotten World and Lego Movie 2. Those are the 2 that I'm most excited to see. I think they both come out this month. I'm also interested in seeing Happy Death Day to You, because I've heard about the first one, and I'm very interested in, what's the last one? A Dog's Way Home. All of those are coming out this month, so I might be going to see all of them. If I can, that would be great. But if I can't, I can't, really. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. I don't really have an outro designated for the channel, but keep reading. I definitely recommend reading both these books if you like pretty exciting books. So, and I will see you next Sunday for our next video. Okay, bye.